Welcome to Let's Make Waves podcast. I'm Rana Al-Basri Mawad, and I believe that we're all here to make waves. I created this podcast to help you unlock your potential by sharing with you tools, resources, and strategies to help you build and grow your business. So if you're looking to build your brand, gain that confidence and knowledge, content and marketing strategies, find your professional voice, attract those raving customers, and create the professional authority for better business opportunities, then you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Well, hi there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of my podcast. So honored that you've joined me today. Thank you for that. We're talking about personal growth, and personal growth can mean different things to different people. In general, personal growth refers to the self-improvement of like skills, knowledge, personal qualities, goals, outlook to life, and all of that good stuff. I'm sure we can all agree that it is really important to prioritize our personal growth and development. But especially for entrepreneurs, sometimes when we want to make a successful change in our practice, it will require us to make the change in ourselves. You might ask me, why am I talking about personal growth today on a business podcast? Why is this so important? And my response to that is entrepreneurship, especially in the early stages of the business, can be very, very lonely. Not working within an organization or with large teams can mean that you work on your own most of the time. It also means that you get to wear many different hats in your business, which exposes you to the different facets of your business. So self-improvement and personal growth come to surface as important elements that need to be in the forefront of your life, not only for your mindset, but also for the sustainability and growth of your business. Because your business is you, and it starts with you. So to make personal growth a priority, it all starts with motivation, a desire to improve and grow, and the willingness to strive to make a difference, a change for yourself, for your business, for your teams, for your community as a whole. So keeping an open mind, willingness to grow out of your comfort zone, and the desire to learn and grow are very key. And there are many, many topics that you might want to seek to start improving on in your life and in your business. But I believe that whatever the topics are, it usually falls under 5 major categories. And these are mental, social, spiritual, emotional, and physical. So to all my entrepreneurs and small business owners listening today, every single category will not only impact you personally, but also on how you do business, how you work on your business, how you push and market your business, and how you connect and grow your business. You might decide to tilt the growth more on one area versus the other. This is something that only you can decide. But I want you to think of it this way. By planning and declaring that you will prioritize your personal growth on all the aspects or all the categories, this will empower you to start looking at your personal growth and your goals in business and in life from a bird's eye view, and not just a timely need that might support you for a short period of time or for a specific goal. So in the beginning of this year, I chose courage as my word for the year. I plan to approach everything work-related or in my life, personal or business, from an angle of courage. And mainly courage during the times of change and the times of growth. And I say that because growth never means that we change in certain things that are very hard to change and it takes time to change, such as habits, our thoughts, our beliefs, our attitudes. And change is never comfortable. But it is with change that we can see growth. And with growth, we get to, a step closer to our goals and our desires. So, some personal development goals for work or for business that you might consider to work with, as part of your personal growth journey. I would suggest things like improvement in time management, listening actively, be it internally with your team or with your clients, working on developing your growth mindset, or developing a reading habit, If it's hard, let's use audiobooks. That's also a great option. It could be improving public speaking skills, or deciding to put more effort into putting yourself more visible as the face of your business and the face of your brand on social media. It could be cultivating resilience, or develop or work on emotional intelligence, especially when working with teams, and so much more. So, by aligning your personal growth goals with SMART criteria, you will create a base of focus and decision making that will help you make personal growth a priority. And you know the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So for me and for my personal growth journey, I found success using the following points. One, if it is a goal that I am not very much knowledgeable about, okay? Or first I try to read about it. And that would be my first course of action when it comes to something that I want to put as part of my personal growth, within part of my personal growth journey. So the first thing would be if I don't know anything about it, I don't have a lot of information, I will always resolve to reading. Two, if it is something that is complicated, or if it's something that's very important to me and to my business, I will start looking for a mentor or for a coach or someone who can guide me in this journey. Because working with someone who has the expertise can add a lot of value. Three, I would add, or slowly, at least in the beginning, I would add time for this new thing that I'm working on my personal goal. I try to dedicate a smaller amount of time for it and slowly increase that time allocation if that's what it needs. Okay, so that's being really mindful of the time that you put on that personal growth point. The fourth thing that I would do, and for some of the personal growth goals, I would opt to be part of a mastermind where I work closely with like-minded people who have similar goals like myself. And it's great because it's experience sharing, support for a solution from a group of people with different experiences. Plus, it's amazing on accountability perspective. The fifth thing that I do is I always have timely targets so that I can measure my progress and be very honest with myself when I procrastinate. So these are the 5 things that usually help me when I'm working on something as part of my self and personal growth. So self-development doesn't happen overnight, and I'm sure you all know that. It happens slowly, but it happens deliberately. Based on this, consistency is what creates true, meaningful change. I believe that it is because of consistency that so many people find it difficult to prioritize personal growth, because that's their weak point. So I really hope that you put consistency in the epicenter of all of your efforts. Self-development and personal growth is a daily practice and lifestyle. And I really hope that this episode helps you in deciding on prioritizing yourself for the sake of your life and for the sake of your business. I also hope that it encourages you to start with something new, something that you wanted for a while to work on and to develop. And I also hope that this episode encourages you to start as soon as possible. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. As always, I'd love to hear from you, so please feel free to connect with me on my website or on social. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Feel free to leave a review if you like. I can't wait to touch base with you again this time next week. So till then, have a great week and take care.